To the replay crew, y'all know I appreciate y'all. We're doing something new today. I moderated comments that only subscribers can comment just to see how it goes, because of our, not yesterday's live stream, but the one previous. Actually, it was the live with Janessa when it was, I think that was the, yeah. And it was just a bunch of craziness. The shortest time someone can be subscribed and comment is 1 hour. I've heard that there's like 5 minutes, but not on my channel. Hey Janet, my shortest time was an hour. So I am gonna miss when I see the numbers go up. That's usually when I'm like, hey, I see people in here. Feel free to speak up so I can say hi to you. So I'm not gonna have that option to do that this time. And so I am a little bummed about that because I do like speaking with new people. But then also, when I thought about like the numbers, the views, and y'all know I don't chase views. Hey Janet, that a lot of the numbers, the majority of the number, is like after the fact, not during the live. Because people scroll, they stop, then they continue to scroll, type of thing. But we'll see how it goes. What I'm doing right now is putting away brushes because when I sat down, I saw that it was still up there, my brush thing. And so I'm putting away brushes from our last live stream. So this that hangs up there. I didn't even realize this was still on here. So, oh, there was 2 brushes in there. Oh, excuse me. So tonight we're doing a collab look for one of the open Instagram collabs. I do recommend that y'all, hey Sons of Ray, I do recommend that y'all do participate. If you do content, even on Instagram, even if you just post pictures, because you submit a picture. So I do recommend that y'all join some of these lives because they are fun. They usually do take me out of my comfort zone. This one is Feather Face Glam, and they give you a color story. And so sometimes it's challenging for me because y'all know I pick up a palette. That's what I use. And so the colors are bright orange red, medium salmon or salmon, however you say that word, light coral, very light pearl gray, light sky blue, medium electric blue. And so they do also have a picture of the color story, which helps me because y'all know I be seeing things. I see dead people. So I do think it's going to be just an eyeshadow look versus like a troll play type thing. And I did, excuse me for smacking, I did look at the colors and decided what palettes we're going to use for those colors, excuse me. So we are using the MAC Hi-Fi color palette again, even though we did just use this. And we're going to be using the colors Fuchsia So Bright, Do It for the Gram. Where are you at? Do It for the Gram. Excuse me for that glare. And Perennial Wave, which is this shade here. So from this palette, this, and this shade. And, oh, Future Flames as well. Haha. Another one. Y'all know I do really like. Hey, Beautiful Joe. Y'all know I love these little palettes. And so from Future Flames, we're going to be using What's the Pointillism, which is right here, and Rule, which is this shade up here. I think I put this in for the light sky blue, question mark. And Neon Garden, Spellcast Beauty side of Notoriously Morbid for the light sky blue. So we're going to use this shade here, which is Forget Me Not. So that's what we're going to be using. So hopefully, I don't confuse myself on like what's going where. Y'all were here last night. Okay, this last night's live was really super weird. Not that the live was weird. YouTube is being weird on my end. The live I did last night, it was not, it still is not showing up on my YouTube channel page here on YouTube. It's not showing up in my studio on my phone, and it's also not showing up at all in my studio or my laptop. The only reason I was able to see it was when Dawn commented last night. It was not showing up anywhere on my end, and I'm like, what? And so this is my last live scheduled tonight. And so hopefully, like, and we know YouTube is always doing stuff. So hopefully the next ones I schedule, I will not have that problem. It was just very strange. It's still not showing up for me at all. Happened to you the other day, Sunsaray? Yeah, it's not showing up anywhere on my end because I always schedule on my phone and then I go on my laptop into YouTube Studio, and that's why I do my edits for the description box. I do the thumbnail, you know, all that other stuff. But it is not showing up at all. So I'm kind of glad it was just that live stream. Also, really quick, I love chatting with y'all. I really do. If y'all were here, stay a while. This sucker stayed a while. This oscillating fan here at my station blows this way, right? When I'm sitting in my living room where my sofa is, there's a fan in front of me that's blowing in my face. My nose was tingling, y'all, for at least an hour, sitting over there with the fan blowing in my face. Like, this was caught in my nose hairs. Like, I'm gonna still try it. I'm going out tomorrow for an appointment. I'm gonna spray one spray on my shirt, put my shirt on and see how that goes. But I really do think Stay a While is gonna be too strong for me. 7 Summers. That one I like, and my sinuses like. But so that was strange. So let me get with the look. Lancome Seals Booster mascara from Fenty. So I'm just while I am pulling out stuff, I am going to, hey lot, good morning. Good morning. I'm going to just take out stuff to use. And so let me see the color story again on the paper to see what eyeliners we're going to use. There is an electric blue. So maybe we'll do, I feel like excuse me for smacking, I feel like we used this the other day. So we have a light blue and a medium electric blue. So maybe we'll just put this one from Hung Vango in the rims and lower lash line, because I do not feel like I've used that in a while. I don't have any brushes out. I have nothing out. I slept really good today. Last night, y'all, was so tired, but still I did not fall asleep until like around 6 in the morning, which was crazy because I was exhausted. But then also probably because I was wired on Mountain Dew, but I was really tired, but I still didn't fall asleep for a while. So I was going to be doing an intro anyway. Hey, Grace. So for those who are replay crew, I'll say this too. For those who do come in that are new and want to speak, even though they probably won't even hear this, I do apologize that you won't be able to comment for a little while. I'm just trying to think of the best way where everyone can enjoy watching. And so that's why I haven't taken Janet and Janessa off sabbatical, because I want them to just enjoy, you know, the live stream. But so we'll see if this works. I'm going to miss chatting with new people, because some people are like so just like, hi, how are you? And, you know, it's really nice. And so this is just a test. This is just a test. The next one, we'll just leave it regular. And hopefully the other night was just a fluke, because it's been so tame here for a long time that I'm just like, who Janessa bring over here? But yeah, that was just really outrageous. That was outrageous. And even before, it was not that bad, where people were like putting, you know, one letter at a time to spell out something. Like, I'm like, that's a new thing. Like, who has time to freaking do that shit? Because but that was just bizarre. And so even seeing, like, by the time I saw the second letter, I'm like, okay, they're going to go, because I don't even want to know what they're spelling out. And who got time for that? We were trying to do our makeup looks, which both of them looked amazing, by the way. And of course, as usual, our pictures get a lot of good feedback on Instagram. That collab group, and that one was Creative Art with Heart. That collab group, y'all, is just so... What's that for that one? What's that for Creative Art with Heart? They are just so welcoming and so supportive. I've never gotten on YouTube, oh my, that would look really nice if you just do such and such. It's always just like, oh my gosh, this is beautiful, or blah, 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 blah. And, you know, I think most of us were raised, like, if you don't have anything nice to say, this finger's trying to cramp up. If you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. So I don't know if it's one of those things or not, but I've never gotten any, like, negative feedback or, you know, just people thinking that they're going to tell me what I'm going to do and I'm just going to do it type stuff over there. But even looking at the look I did, I'm still kind of like, wow, that was Circle Loco palette that did that? Like that iridescent, somebody was like, those iridescent shadows are really nice. I'm like, that was Circle Loco from Natasha Denona. Like, it was just, and y'all know that's been one of my top palettes for a long time. But just even looking back at the look and looking at pictures, and I was editing the pictures, it's like, oh my gosh, like this is absolutely gorgeous. This is absolutely gorgeous. I do foresee Circle Loco always being in my collection. I said that about Biba, and then I got dramatic, and now I miss Biba. But so we will see. What's not supposed to be doing the intro? Y'all look at my brows. Let me put this down. They're not the same. Nobody's brows are in the same exact place. We're not gonna do anything. Excuse me. We're not gonna do anything. I do like them. Then I'll look later and be like, girl, my brows is jacked the hell up. What am I doing? What am I doing? This is City Beauty Brightening Eye Cream. I think it's almost done because I'm having to push further and further down. And, oh, the PAO was May. This is the end of June. But I am pushing it like all the way down just to even get a little bit out. So I have used it. So May, June. So I do use it in 9 months. The PAO for that is 9 months. I think I'm going to take, hey Dawn, a little bit of primer. Because we're going to put that here. Sometimes this orange from Prime Prometics does cover it, and sometimes it doesn't. So I don't know what's up with that. And the last few times I used it, I put the eye cream here. We're going to do the milk primer just to see if it makes a difference. And without all these lights, it doesn't look as prominent as it does here. Y'all, why yesterday, when I was on my way down to the manager's meeting, I looked at my rear view. I had hair, because I did cut my hair yesterday morning. Why did I have, like, hair all the way down here? Or, like, hair growing? I do, and I know I said before, I do think it's hormonal, because I do know I go through estrogen withdrawal, you know, certain times. But I saw, it was like a whole, I'm like, am I turning into a freaking werewolf? I was looking at it like, what the hell? So, before I went to sleep this morning, well, last night, I did shave all that. Because it was just like thick, like all the way down the hair. I ain't never, if anything, I would just kind of shape up around here. But I ain't never, it's actually for my commentary channel. I haven't officially launched it. So I'm just like, girl, what's happening? But I do think that's what's going on here. This, I don't know what that is. So we're going to take the Natasha Denona. Oh, no, we're not. We're going to take the Prime Prometics. This is called Under Eye Brightening Corrector. For me, it doesn't look that different once I put everything on from the red one. And so I think this is the brush they sent with it. This brush is nice. This is a huge brush. So I don't know if this is for the triangle people, but usually when they color correct, they don't color correct in the triangle. But compared to the Real Techniques brush, look how big the Prime Prometics brush is. It's nice though. It is very soft. You know I like my angle brushes. So I think when I put the orange on one side and red on the other, I can tell a difference, and I do like the orange better. But when I just use just the red, to me it looks okay. And so I may just start using them interchangeably. Now this is what I always thought and heard from professional makeup artists like Hung Vango. Well, he doesn't say that. But you can see it in his work, Natasha. A color corrector neutralizes the color. So you don't see any discoloration. It just takes it away and your skin just looks like it's one color. So y'all see how this is looking versus, you know, when I was using darker colors or using salmon colors or using red, that's all you would see is that color. Hey Marina, how are you? All right, I'm going to switch to live to your phone and listen while I'm cleaning my makeup area. Awesome. You know we like clean. You'll be in and out of the chat depending on how. Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. And we know we're a multitasking bunch. And so y'all see how this does even out my complexion without looking like this is on there. That's my understanding of what a corrector is supposed to do. And then when you think about it, if it's going to neutralize the color, it's going to make it look like that color is not there versus still having like this, you see a strip of whatever. But this is its own thing, this mustache area. Like it's not, I don't know what the hell it is. I do just think it's hormones. But, so that is that. We're going to take Natasha Denona. Whew, it's a little warm in here. Hey, Tanya. We in the house. And I do like how this looks, especially under my eyes after I do this. Because it does to me look like my friggin' skin. I'm gonna wipe this off because I want to blend more of the concealer than get the corrector on here. And y'all know I don't even be cleaning brushes in between. Yeah, I want to blend out the concealer and not just add more of the corrector color. This is one of the microfiber cloths that I don't really care for. But hey, you know, it serves a purpose. So how are all of you doing today? So we're going to just blend this out. I do feel much better than last night. I was texting Bestie back and forth, y'all. My nose was tingling. Stay a while. See, no? See what I'm saying? Off of 3 dots of concealer over a little bit of corrector. Look at that. I just love it. And this to me looks more like my skin versus when I just do the concealer. When I just do the concealer, it looks like a bright patch. Hey, Christopher. If I may, ma'am, no disrespect, man. I know I don't need anything. And I don't feel disrespected at all. And I'm one of the few people I hear that say makeup is not a need. I just like playing with it. Like, I know it's not a need at all. And there's times on here I'm like, damn, girl, you look good. Like, I know I'm fine. But yeah, I get what you're saying. Makeup is not a need. Some people will say it is, but it's not. I believe skincare is a need. And skincare is an investment. So y'all see how this is looking? Right? You still see it a little bit, but I'm talking about the discoloration. But like this is more of my skin tone. If anything, it looks not quite like my skin tone because I have so many freckles. And so it's like you don't see any freckles, you know, through here or through here. Oh, you're welcome. Thank you. I call my channel the Crazy Troll Nation, and I always say us trolls are friggin' adorable. Like we're the good trolls. We are adorable. You know what? That reminds me, I didn't do the intro. Milk Makeup, 1 pump. The intro goes something like this. 1 pump of Fenty foundation. That's not the intro. Hello again and welcome. My name is Dion. I call this the Crazy Troll Nation of YouTube. Why do I call it that? The crazy, knowing it's okay to be your authentic self in a world where people will tell you who and how you should be. The troll part is not caring too much about the beauty community standards. You set the standard for yourself. Try not to feel like you need to use a certain brand, a certain tool, or a certain technique. Use whatever you want to, however you want to get your makeup on in the way that you are satisfied with it. Here, we believe in self-acceptance and self-love. We embrace our natural features. We enhance them if we want to, when we want to, but we never feel like we have to. Love yourself for who you are and for how you look, even when you're not wearing face paint. So that's our motto here. And so you reminded me, Christopher, thank you, to say the intro because we just do what we do because we just like to, not because we feel like we have to. We embrace how we look in our natural state. 2 things about me, excuse me for smacking. Sometimes I curse because sometimes I curse. The other thing is there's an organism named Bruce that lives in my throat that likes to randomly hiccup, gurgle, and belch. I try to be aware of him to say, excuse me. If you hear him and I don't excuse myself for whatever reason, I was not aware. Seriously. It's like, how did you not hear or feel that in your throat? It happens. It does. You have one perfect angelic cleft. Oh, thank you. I'm not sure what that means. Because when I hear cleft, I think of like a cleft lip or something when there's an indentation, like when they were born with it and then they do surgery to fix it. And I'm sure I'm thinking of something else. So I don't know what it means, but it sounds good. Angelic, so it got to be good, right? You're making my day, Christopher. Thank you so much. I appreciate you being here. I really do. And my other trolls in here that do content, Tanya does content, Janessa J. Champagne does content, Lock Maiden does content, Grace does content. So if you want to see some other baddies, some other beautiful people, there's some people for you to watch. Christopher Reeve had one. Yeah. What are we doing? I'm going to powder down. I am really feeling good today. I did sleep well. I did, my usual wake ups, and I just kept going right back to sleep. I would check my phone, go back to sleep. I forget that sometimes when, I got a fan blowing this way, and then this one oscillating this way, so this powder is going everywhere. I forget that some people, like if they text you and you text back, they'll call you. And so that happened today. Someone texts, have a good day, something. I text back, thank you, you too. And then they called me, and I'm just like, I know I told this person I'm nocturnal. And I know I keep saying I'm going to stop checking messages during wake-ups, which is when I wake up, but I'm not waking up to get up. I wake up, and then I just go right back to sleep. So then he called. I was like, hey. He was like, are you asleep? I said, yeah. He said, okay, call me later. I'm like, mm-hmm. And that was the extent of the phone call. It used to annoy me because if I wanted to call, I would have called you in the first place. But you replied to a text and then they called. I was like, I didn't want to physically have a verbal conversation. And I know I did tell that person I was nocturnal, but then they forget because you're replying to their text message when you said you would be sleeping. My father's sister and her better half owned a specific sort of hangout, so to speak. I did the makeup thing, had a reaction. I fell off the stage, landed on What? Is that a true story? Is that a true story? Yeah, I was thinking of Complexion too. The dude that I dated that called himself an English mutt, he had one. I think he was the youngest out of 4. Yeah, he was. No. He had twin sisters born before him. They both had cleft chins. And then he was born. He had a cleft chin, and his younger brother, he had a cleft chin. And I didn't meet any of his parents, but I did meet his maternal grandparents. Neither one of them had a cleft chin, so I was wondering where it comes from, because it usually is hereditary. But all 4 of them had I didn't notice one on Rihanna. I know she has a beautiful Cupid's bow. I haven't noticed one on her, but theirs were very prominent. Like all 4 of them had it. All right, what am I using for face? I think we're going to use my Volume 1 palette, which is a lighter shade than Volume 2. Dirty Jersey. What's up, Camden? How you doing, Griffin? Don't see how excited I get when my hometown comes in here. Oh, man, I'm from Camden, New Jersey, for those who don't know. So when I see Griffin, I'm like, yeah, what's up, bro? You're in Tennessee today. Travel carefully, because some of these people on these roads. We're going to start with Bronze Light. No, this is volume. Did I mess it up again? This is volume 2. This is volume 1, is the darker one. And I put the wrong label on here again. I call myself redoing a label, but I put volume 2 on here again. Not the chin, but the area. It's like this area down here. May have misrepresented myself. Oh, don't worry about it. Christopher, half the time I'm confused. So I be confusing my damn self. So don't apologize at all. So this is volume 1. So we're going to take, no, we're not. We're going to take, incandescent light. Well, let me see. Let's start with dim light. Dim light is going to go all over the face, and so I probably should be using a fluffy brush. I like dim light for toning down when I go ham on something, or if something is too dark. This just blends everything out perfectly. And It's not much of a color, and it is matte. Did you finally? I didn't get it fixed. They bought me a whole new system. Because my previous system, that means guy, he was like, your system is toast. And so I needed a whole new one. And so they did finally come and do that. 2 different times, the HVAC part of the company came to do measurements. Because they measured the unit outside. And then they came inside like the week later, maybe like 5 days later, to look at the space inside and what they would have to do. And I think it was the next day or 2 days after the second guy came when they came to install it, and it's been wonderful. And I was still kind of, yes, it's been nice. It's been really nice. And thankfully the weather has been pretty mild where I haven't even really needed to use the AC that much. And then too, I have all these freaking fans. And now we're going to take Radiant Light. We're going to use this as a blush. So we're just going to pop this right here. Everything in here is low key. I learned the hard way, if I put on too much Radiant Light, this sucker, I look like one of the Cullens when I go outside. I look like a fairy shit on my face. I learned it the hard way. Because sitting here in front of the lights, it may not look like much. Get you in some sunlight. And so, yeah, so they came in and fixed all of that. It was wonderful. It was an all-day thing. They came at like 8:40 in the morning. They were done at close to 4 o'clock that evening. Because they had to remove the old unit, put in the new one, make sure everything worked, set everything up, and then the dude that was working in here would go to the balcony to talk to the guy outside with that unit. Okay, what's the PSI and da 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 da. But yeah, it was a process. Y'all notice I didn't put dim light under the eyes because it makes my under eye color look worse. So we're gonna take incandescent light. And this is only my second time putting this under here. And you see it does have a little glow type thing to it. This is the highlighter. I think this is the strobe light they call it. But y'all can see that it does brighten. And it took me a minute. But I do like this under my eyes. Because at first I'm like, because y'all know I don't go for a bright and under eye area. But, oh, it's okay. You know what? We all mix up words sometimes. I think most people do. Or if they don't misspeak, they're like, like there's always something where if you really listen to people, you can tell that they're trying to think of the word or they're trying to process what they want to say. So that's natural to me. Yeah, like I do a lot. But, so we're going to put that away. So, take out the lip. We're going to do bare crust for a lip today. I don't know why. But I did write down everything that we're going to use. Where I'm kind of stuck is... Oh, we're going to spray the face. It's going to need. You're just checking in. Oh, funny story really quick, Griffin. Last night when I was leaving the managers meeting, I was talking to... I went to go say goodbye to one of the upper management. She was in the office in the back. So I told her, I said, safe night. And then I'm like, why did that sound like The Purge? And she was working and she went, yeah, that does. I said, I didn't realize how it sounded until I said it. And so she was just like, I said, did you see the movie? She said, yeah, I saw all the Purge movies. And I think I said that because they know I come from at least an hour away. And so everybody's like, get home safe, Dion, get home safe, Dion. So I think the safe was just on my mind. And so I'm like, safe night. So I'm like, you have a wonderful evening. She was like, thank you, you too. And then we both laughed and I left. But I was just like, safe night. Like, what is this? All right, Griffin, I'm not going to hold you. Yes, have easy travels. That's what I'm going to say. Yeah, but that was funny. I was just like, safe night. What the hell? That was my giggle for last night. All right. But yes, be careful. And you know where to find me. Tina Jones, hey! I am good today. Yesterday was a long day. I am good today. We're going to go ahead and prime here. I don't have any order of what color is going where. Like, I don't know. Oh, inner rim is in lower lash line. This is Hung Vango. No. Y'all, my vision has been blurry lately. And I don't know why. This is personal preference. It's definitely worse when I wear those green contact lenses. But I have noticed sometimes I'm like, okay, wait, what's going on? I do deal with dry eye, so that could be a part of it too. What you up to tonight, Tina? We're up to faces. Came in 71. Oh, wow. I am horrible at math. Don't feel bad. I don't feel bad. Don't feel bad. Don't let that go, Christopher. You're good. Do not feel bad. It is okay. Because honestly, I didn't even think it was anything wrong. So, you're here long enough, you'll hear me say some wacky stuff, and I'll be like, girl, that don't even make sense. That's another thing I do. I'll be talking gibberish. I speak Ebonics, English, and Troll very well. So sometimes it's like, girl, what the hell? Yeah, don't feel bad about it. Not at all. Get over it. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. This eye is tearing quite badly. You not doing nothing, Tina? We are all out, all right. But yeah, today is a good day. My stomach is completely well from when I ate something that disrupted my my system. Wanted to rebel against it. That's all cleared up, and I'm sure that has something to do with me feeling good too. I love this color. Oh my gosh. I don't have a dark blue for my upper lash line. This is also tearing upward. I can feel it. We all out of our assessment. Yeah, we do. I agree wholeheartedly. I have no, let me open up these palettes because I don't know what's going to go where. One day I will be 100% prepared. When that day will be, I don't know. So I'm opening them up. And I have the names on here. Hi, my name is Dion. I'm a label whore. So I label what they are. The names are on the back, but just for ease of using a palette, I put labels on the inside. So that's easier for me to look at instead of being like, that type of thing. I was going to say, did I do the intro? Y'all, what is going on with me? Same thing that always go on with me. Same thing. Prime the eye. Fenty Eye Primer. Y'all can go over there. Keep this brush over here. I don't have any eye brushes out. This eye is tearing. Polish, German, Russian, and French. I wish I spoke more than one language. I know a teeny tiny bit of Spanish. Not enough to have a conversation. And that seems to be most Americans. Like, we don't know more than one language. I don't know why that is, but that is something that I have noticed over my years of living. And I heard that the English language, E45 from Sigma, these are the ESIM V27s. I have heard that English is the hardest language to learn because the silent letters and all the stupid rules and I before E except after C and just people are like, what? Excuse me? So we're going to prime the eye and then figure out what's going to go where because I don't know. You have a good singing voice. Sometimes, thank you, sometimes. I am partially tone deaf. Thankfully, I finally got to the point where I can tell when I'm off key. And sometimes, why am I putting, this is concealer, y'all. I meant to pull out the eye primer. There used to be a time when I didn't know when I was off key, but somewhere along the line, I started being able to hear when I was off key. Sometimes I'll sing a jingle in a live stream and I'll be like, oh yeah, that was a bad note. Like, so I do know sometimes, which I'm grateful for, so that I don't keep singing. And in certain tones, in certain notes, I do have a low-ish register for a female person. And so a lot of female singers, like I'm not able to stay on key with them. But like Fred Hammond, Donnie McClurkin, like I'm in their range. I can sing their songs along with them. And it's like, girl, you sound really good. And Anita Baker, because she has a lower register for a woman. And so it's about knowing, for me, like where is my register, and not trying to force it. Yes, Ebonics. Yes, Robert. Ebonics is, oh my gosh, it shouldn't be funny, but it is. I forget how many years ago, when it's slang, basically black slang, and the way I take it is because certain things that generally, this is not every black person, but generally there's like certain things that some black people will say, and we know what each other means, but it's not really a word. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had this old guy tell me, because I used to always say, oh yeah, I brung this. And he was like, brung is not a word. And I'm like, what do you mean? And it's really not a word. And so what he said to me was, if you buy it, you bought it. If you bring it, you brought it. So buy, bought, bring, brought, not brung. So that would be an example of Ebonics, is where I come from. We were like, oh, well, I brung this, I brung that. It's not a real word. But what made it funny, just like ain't was not a real word. Ain't is not. But somewhere along the line, they started recognizing some words as real words. And now, well, last I looked at a physical dictionary, ain't is in the dictionary. But those are just two easy examples of Ebonics, where it was not a real word, but it became a real word because it was so prevalent in certain places or certain demographics. And so, yeah, it's weird. So some words are now considered real words, even though it was like, that's not a word. So medium salmon, light coral, bright orange, red, sky blue. We're going to take, what did I pick for? Y'all, I don't know what, very light pearl gray. What's the pointillism. We're going to put this on our inner corner. Ain't was ebony. So hey Jay, for sure. That's right. Not Tina, Tanya. Yeah, for sure. And the thing with Ebonics too, you got to spell it. I just brushed my eyeball. Oh my gosh, now my eyes went tear horribly. I just actually brushed my eyeball. Oh man, this eye is going to tear horribly. So it's going to be a serious crease like right here in a few moments. And you got to spell it the right way too. F-A, like you did. F-A space S-H-O, for sure. And this brush is wet from rubbing my damn eyeball. Like literally my eyeball. Like that has not happened in like a very long time. Yeah, what up though? No, you put what up do. Though. You got to put D-O-E or T-H-O. What up though? Yeah. I'm the Ebonics connoisseur over here. Yeah, that actually says what up do. No, what up though. Typo, says Tanya. Yeah, so it's, we have our own little, was ain't an Ebonics word? I believe it was, because it was this whole thing like, ain't a word. Ain't is a slang for is not, which it really was, but they ended up putting it in a dictionary. So yeah, I do know where, once I realized where my register was, I just know not to sing certain songs. And the thing is, I just be singing in my car, but still somebody be like, girl, no. No. I think we're going to move to these orangey shades. Oh. Yeah, so I don't know. Dominant finger, dominant hand, and what? Okay, I will be honest. I didn't read that whole sentence because I'm just trying to figure out like what, because I'm working in 3 different palettes. See, it already started creasing down here. I'm trying to figure out where these colors are going to go. We're going to let that go. We'll fix it later. Luther Vandross, I can sing his register as well. So, medium salmon. Wool. What is the darkest shade? Is the darkest shade? And you know what? Next to the shade we're using, I didn't put what color it was supposed to be. Damn it. Fuchsia so bright. This is challenging for me. We had Rule. Rule is where's Rule? Because I'm thinking that was a darker shade. We're gonna put that on outer corner, but where is it? Y'all, this is challenging. Fuchsia, so where's Rule? I know Rule is in, because I showed, oh, Rule is this one up here. Damn. What's the point of the channel? Man, Fuchsia so bright. Where's Fuchsia so bright? We're going to take Rule, and we're going to put this on our outer corner. Old man, DF partner. So we're going to just put Rule out here. This eye is tearing horribly. Look at that hole right here. Partner. Yeah, partner. Sup, partner. Tanya going to be putting Ebonics all through the live in the chat. Your partner is partner. And also different regions. Like when you go down south, that's a whole different language than up here. I'm in the state of Delaware. And in like different states, they have like their own vernacular, I think is the word they use for it. Why am I sweating? You see all this sweat under here? What the heck? Oh, you know why? No, this is my eye tearing. That's what that is. Yeah. Yeah, I'm fluent in Ebonics. And when I was working, I had to be careful not to my clinical work. Because sometimes I had to go to court for some of my clients, and I can't be in there and be like, yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? Who is she? How did she get to the job? What the hell? What? But, and there are sometimes I'm somewhere and I kind of just forget where I am. And y'all know we code switch. You know, we code switch. And so, you know, at the academy, I was saying something. And when I said it, I was like, oh, shit. I was like, my bad. And everybody was like, just stared at me. And I just had my head down like, I am so sorry. I said I forgot where I was for a second. Because I get hyped sometimes. And they were like, what the hell? Like, I was so embarrassed. And the guy next to me, he's African American. The other guy on faculty, well, the one that's African American, and he's from Camden, New Jersey, too. So I kind of looked over at him, and he was just sitting there like... And we've known each other over 10 years, and so it's like he knows how I am, and he has seen me grown as far as, you know, how I act in public. But he was just sitting there like... And that made it even more funny, because he was just like... Yeah, I used to be wilding out back in the day, for real, y'all, because... How they say, you can take the girl out the hood, but can't take the hood out the girl. That's me. I'm not sure what to... I'm going to use this just to pat this where my eyes are tearing. Well, my eye is tearing. And that really didn't pick up a lot of makeup. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. So what shade are we going to use now? Y'all, this is I didn't put the color next to the shade. So that's why I'm like, I don't know. So what else are we using out of here? We're just going to put shit on. So what's the pointillism? We use that. We use this one. So this palette, okay, that's it for this one. Amazing. Awesome. So now we just have hi-fi color and that neon blue. The neon blue, we're going to put that on right now. Not the neon blue, but from the Neon Garden palette, light sky blue. We're going to use this as our transition shade, even though I don't usually do transition shades, because then we can close up this palette and be done with it. This is Forget Me Not. Tanya said, I finally got your ABH Archie Brow Amazon Prime Days. Tanya, gotta speak the client's language. That is absolutely true. When I used to work at the juvenile jail, because we know the system is biased, the majority of the kids in there were African American or Hispanic. We had maybe like a handful of like Caucasian kids. And we're gonna use this is not Sigma E45. And because of where I grew up, and I've done some things, you know, growing up in the inner city, everything was not good. And sometimes I would tell the boys, it's not much you can get past me, because I done been there. Chances are I may have done it. But if I did, because I always had an innocent face, I was able to like talk my way out of stuff. And it didn't even take a lot. Because they always thought, oh, she's the good kid and she's this, she's that, which I was for the most part. But y'all know, teenage years, you kind of just go through things. You find in yourself, you rebelling against everything because you want to be grown and you're really not. And so I would tell them, it's not much you can get past me. I done been there and most likely did that. And some of the kids who had like maybe an older Caucasian caseworker, they would come to me and be like, Miss D, can I talk to you? I said, you can talk to me and we can talk, but I will let your counselor know everything that we talked about so they can follow up with you, because we're responsible for our own caseload. And so I'm like, I'm not technically responsible for you. So yeah, you can talk to me, but just know I'm going to tell your therapist what we talked about. And you go to your therapist yourself and let them know what we talked about. And because he couldn't relate, because just grew up somewhere different, a whole different background. And it's like, what do you know about the hood? And there are some Caucasian people in the hood, but he didn't have that upbringing and he wasn't aware of a lot of things. And so a lot of kids, this is horrible. We will fix that later. They would come and talk to me because they knew I could relate. And so it did help having my background. And I do think that was one of the factors. But yeah, it was interesting. It was good. And I really cared. They can tell who really care and who's just there for a check. And I'm like, trust me, y'all. I would tell this to the kids. They don't pay us enough to be here putting up with y'all bullshit. I'm like, they really don't. So do not even think we here for a check, because it ain't that much. And it's sad that social services doesn't pay more. But you have athletes that get paid millions of dollars a year. And then here you have somebody, a teacher, a counselor, somebody that's trying to better or help somebody better their life, that get paid shit. It's like, what's more important here? Hey, Patricia. And so that to me was always just kind of like, where's the priorities in this country? You know what I mean? Fire workers, EMT workers, the pay sometimes it sucks. So this is done. That's everything from this palette. But I do think certain fields should make a lot more money than they do, because we're trying to enhance a life here. We're not just trying to entertain. And I don't have anything against sports. I don't. I'm just saying that just the discrepancy in pay for what it is you're getting. So you'd rather pay this amount to entertain somebody versus trying to enhance a life for somebody when they're young and in trouble to help prevent them from going to jail when they get older. You know what I'm saying? So anyway. So we have Hi-Fi color palette. This is the only one left we need to use. Fuchsia So Bright, this shade. We're going to put that right here. We're just going in order at this point because I feel like, shit. Let me go back to that first brush. See what's in the brush. It's easier to fix when it's a shimmer or a metallic versus a matte, because sometimes just the lightness of the metallic or shimmer, it'll just kind of hide, or the light will reflect on it a certain way where it's not that noticeable. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And so it's like right here where it's very wet. And so we were able to cover that up quickly. Is it going to do what it did again? Maybe, because my eye is still tearing. But so we're going to take this shade. What shade? Fuchsia So Bright. We're going to put that here. Oh, this is fuchsia. This is a wacky color combination for me, but I like it. I really like it. And I went out of order. Usually I do the transition part last, but I just needed to get one of these palettes or two of these palettes out from in front of me, because y'all saw I'm like, what are we doing? What color, sorry, is in what palette? And so I really did like that job, because I like to help people. And it would be funny when I would notice patterns with somebody that their counselor would. And I said, you might be able to get over and so-and-so. And I've always been somewhat good at reading people. And so I would read one of the kids to their self, and they would be like, they would put their head down and smile. And I'm like, yeah, I know. And they would just put their head down and smile. But it was some crazy times, though. Do it for the gram. This is this shade. We're going to put that next to it. And and then we have Terrestrial Wave, and that'll be it. So we're going to put this, you know what, we're not going to put this. I say as I keep doing that. We're going to put this under here. And hopefully it'll stay here because my eye is tearing. So this, and it's wet right there already. I can feel it. I can feel it. This is a funky color story. I think that's why I picked Bare Crust as a lip color, because this is a lot of different colors going on. And it's not something, what am I looking for? Do it for the gram. It's not a color story I think I would have did. It would have been easier if all of these were in one palette, but because it's not, this is what we got. And actually, I think I'm going to do a red for upper lash line. But that red is bold, though. Is that going to go? Medium salmon, light coral. I don't know. I only did one eyebrow today because my side bang was... Tanya, what if the wind blow? You just reminded me of a short video I saw today. This guy, he was showing a video of something, and he was talking about it. And the thumbnail, 45, 47, and somebody else are going up the escalator. It was 3 of them. And the back of his toupee was flipped up to here. So he had like a bald patch right here. And he was like, and the guy was like, why did nobody tell him his toupee had flipped forward? I was like, oh my gosh. And he was like, that's because nobody likes him. Some of the comments, y'all, was hilarious. They were like, just like nobody told him we had toilet paper stuck on his shoe. Even if you don't know a person, this is already dripping because his eye is still tearing. And I'm sure some of us have done it. We see somebody walk past us, they have toilet paper on their shoe. We will rush up and put our toe on that toilet paper. And then they're looking and they're like, oh my gosh, thank you, you're welcome. Don't even know the person. But he was walking around with toilet paper on his shoe. Nobody said nothing. And he was like, because nobody likes you. Everybody's laughing at you. I was just like, damn. Like, that was crazy. So we have one more shade to use. This one, Perennial Wave. And this will be the look. But I was just like, oh my gosh. Like, it was... He had a bald patch of skin. It was just... I was like, that is horrible. Like, for nobody to even tell you... And I don't know what palace they were in, but like how they have the guards. Like one of them was like, because you know they're supposed to keep a straight face. And the guy was like, look at this one. I could swear he smirked. He's like, why nobody told him? Or even one of the camera people, like, something. Oh my gosh. It was funny. And then somebody had commented, the emperor has no clothes. And they did a strike through for clothes and put hair. Yo, the comments was not nice at all. And somebody was like, and it's sad that this is the person who represents the United States. I'm like, yeah, that is sad. Because he just be looking crazy. And people let him look crazy. They let him talk crazy. All right, we're going to take a brush. No shadow on it. And we're going to blend this, or take a shimmer, something or other. We're going to go back to the brush that had, I believe this had this shade on there. We're going to pull this inward to get a blend. That blue doesn't want to blend, but you know what? It has something to do with the color story. Nina, I do have my color wheel right here. As you can see, I'm not using it. Because certain colors will not blend with other colors, or they will turn muddy. I still just do what I want to do, though. You know what I'm saying? So there's that part. We're going to take the other red. We're going to pull this over some of the blue just to get a blend. We're going to fix it. Even though they say don't put these colors together, Lord, we put them together and it's blending. So what you saying? What you saying? Y'all got a nice hole right there again. So the pictures are going to be horrible. Yeah, this eye is still tearing. So it blended, right? Look at that. This is a funky look. Funky in a good way. Funky to me meaning different. And because it's different, to me, it's interesting. Do we want to... What are we going to put? Thank you for all the thumbs up. I think people say stuff. I told someone at the airport that her extension tabs were showing. And she just shrugged me. Some people don't care. Some people flat out just like, so what? And there is this thing, I'm not saying this is her, but there's also a thing, Hood Fabulous, and there is a thing, Ghetto Fabulous. But you just be like, fuck everybody. This is my style, damn it. So maybe they're a good type of troll because they're gonna do what they do, and if you like it, I love it for you. So we took out some of that moisture. I don't know. The brush that had something on it, I don't think it was that one. I think it was this one. The shade under here. Just see if we can get something to just stay there. I don't think it will because it is wet right here. We're going to go back to incandescent light and tap that under there. It is wet right here for real. It doesn't look horrible. Thank you for that laugh. I'm not even going to tell you, but thank you. Just to be your favorite. Somebody else left a comment alluding to that, and I left it alone. I didn't care. I was just like, okay, whatever. Yeah, but I thought it was kind of funny, and I'm like, and some people do get it twisted because my hair is so short. I don't care. Or if I said I was in the military, they're like, oh yeah, I figured you were. Or usually if somebody says, well, you're in the military, I say, why? They say, because my hair is short. Actually, when I was in the military, I had 22-inch braids. And I would just braid the braids back because you can't have like hair hanging down past your neck. So some people thought I was military because of my hair. I didn't cut my hair like this short until COVID. Thank you, Tina. We are going to just take this red from Inglot. And this one person, this lady at Sephora, she said, you were in the military, weren't you? I was like, why you ask? Because usually they say it's because my hair is short. She said, it's your gait. She said, everybody she knows that has that walk are either military, ex-military, or they are. I don't have in my black contact lenses. Yeah. And she said, everybody she knows that's military, ex-military, or law enforcement, they have a certain way that they walk. And I had never thought about it, but I had told her, I said, you know what? I said, now that you said that, I said, number one, we got on them heavy ass combat boots. So you got to pick your feet up when you're walking. And then you have that heavy ass rucksack on your back. So that makes you stand up straight. So it's just, you're picking up your feet, your back is straight, your posture is good. And even to this day, when I have a backpack or a pocketbook that has backpack straps, I put them over both shoulders because if you just do one, you're going to end up messing up your posture. And she was like, she said, you know what, that makes sense. Heavy ass boots, you got to pick your feet up when you walk, and them rucksacks y'all will be up to 20 plus pounds on your back, and so you just be like, yeah, for real. No, I'm actually not. That's why I laughed, Tina, when they said that. When Greg said that, I'm actually not. No, I'm not. I was born female. I'm heterosexual. Yeah, so that's that story. Yeah, I'm heterosexual, born a female, have all my parts. And I do have some trans friends. They are amazing people. That hole came back quick right here where my eye is tearing. But that's why I laughed when they said that. It was I don't remember what video it was. I think it was like an old school rap video. And sometimes people will put, and the video might be 10 years old, 16 years old, and the song still be hitting. And so there's always quite a few comments that's like, who's still here and such and such. And so one person commented, who's still here in 2026? I did the raise hand emoji, and he replied back, oh, I see you, boy. And I'm like, okay. So I just liked his comment. I'm like, okay. And stuff like that does not even bother me because, people are in their own thoughts about stuff, and I know he didn't mean any ill intent. Well, I didn't get that vibe. It was like, I see you, boy. And that's slang too. He spelled it B-O-I. And there are some cultures that's the word they use. Like, what's up, boy? How you doing, boy? So it takes a lot to offend me at this age in my life. And you love them. Yes, hell yeah, Janice, I'm an accomplice. I done told you I keep a hoodie and a baseball bat. Shit. I could fly in, do damage, fly out. They won't even know I was there. Shh. I'm telling too much. This is line code. So supposed to. Hell yeah. And at a conference I was at, somebody was like, because they always talk about, what's the other word? Not an accomplice, an ally. They were talking about allies. And somebody was like, what's the difference between an ally and an accomplice? And that's what it is. An ally is, oh, yeah, I'll march with you. I'll stand next to you, you know, in a parade or whatever. An accomplice, look, you want to throw down, you let me know. I will throw the fucking brick. Like what? We be in the holding cell together. That's an accomplice. That's an accomplice. Just let me know when and where. Especially if you're out of state. Because I can come in and leave and they won't know. Say, what the hell was that? And especially if they think I am a dude, they really won't be looking for me. They check my ID. Oh yeah, it's not her. She's a woman. Yeah. Put Carla on my head. Put them green contacts in. I am straight tripping, y'all. Y'all who don't know, the official troll kid here know. Put on Carla and put them green contacts in. Thank you, Savannah, for the gold coin. Y'all know what? This is pretty decent. Even with the comment moderation thing on. I didn't think it was going to be this much fun. But yeah, they really won't know it was me. And some people, until I speak, they don't even know I'm black. So there's that too. It's like they don't know my ethnicity. So yeah, I could fly in and fly out and nobody would even suspect me. And I need to stop saying that. There should be no record of any of that I just said. But anyway, yeah, that's an accomplice. Love of Tina, right? Let me know when and where. And my ticket will be for the same day. Fly in and fly out the same day. Go in and do stuff and be cool. Yeah, I'll have Carla with me. I'm green contact lenses. Yeah, boy. Yep, that's how you do it. That's why when them kids would be trying to say stuff, I'm like, you can't get that past me. Like, nah, bro. No. All right, so we do have this for the lip, and I think this is everything that we were going to use according to what I wrote out to use. And the reason I do that is for tagging purposes, now that YouTube allows us to do that. Something really nice that I saw happen, do I want to do a lip liner, is in my analytics. Well, not even in analytics, I don't think. When I'm looking at just like my lineup of videos, they have it now where you can see how much you made on each video or short or live stream. That didn't used to be there. We know they're always working on stuff. They're always doing stuff. But I was like, this is really freaking cool. And y'all, it's not a lot at all. Video, I might make like 8 cents. It's not a lot at all. It's not a lot at all. And I know there's a rush to be monetized, but getting monetized doesn't mean you automatically want to start making money. And I know I've said it before. The threshold for payout is $100. I don't even get a check every month. Excuse me. I do not make, $100 a month on YouTube. So, excuse me. So that's something to think about when you hear people saying, oh, do this to get monetized really quick. Just because you get monetized don't mean you're going to start balling. You're really not. This is MAC Lip Glazer, which is a lip liner that's glossy. And this is Marrakesh. So we're going to put this on. I would like and enjoy. Let me correct that. I would like and enjoy getting a check from YouTube every month. But I'm also not going to chase views. I do prefer to have evergreen content. Because sometimes people do search for a particular brand, a particular palette, a particular thing. I know, and I think I have something scheduled coming up that's like something something for mature hooded eye lids or whatever. And so I do think about titles because some people will search for that thing. And I also don't misrepresent. I do have hooded eyelids, and the consensus was your age makes it mature. I'm like, okay, which I don't agree with, but I mean, that's what they say. That's what they say. Because people don't believe my age when I do tell them. This is Bare Crust, the Spellcast Beauty side of Notoriously Morbid. This smells good. Y'all, we've been here an hour and 5 minutes. For all of that fumbling around in the beginning, we did this whole entire face, including brows, pretty quick. I do really love this new way that I've been doing my brows because it is quicker, and I do think it looks a little more natural. Well, actually, I do think it looks natural. Even though they're not symmetrical. Nobody's brows are symmetrical. And so I don't mind them not being because nobody's is. Because there was a time when I started really paying attention to people's brows. And I'm like, And even like people Natasha worked on, Pat McGrath worked on, Hung Vango worked on. Because nobody's are. And if they look absolutely perfect, that to me doesn't look natural because it's not natural. So there's this whole thing of, okay, do you want perfection or you want natural? Y'all know I go for the natural. So this is the look, y'all. I think the lip is a little bit too, I don't think it goes. We're going to just slap this on top of it. This is down to here. I need to get rid of it. I opened this, oh my gosh, April 20th, 2024. And it's like down to here. How do you smell though? How you smell though? Smell fine. What? I will say the Spellcast Beauty lipsticks, they are a lot drier than the Notoriously Morbid side of the brand lipsticks. That's dry. That's dry. I like this a little better. I only keep that lipstick because of the color. It is extremely drying. And my lips are not dry. Even though I wipe some of the lip oil off, it's still some there. And that's what makes it difficult sometimes lining my lips because the lip liner just wants to go skirt skirt. I do like this better. We're going to leave that hole up there. It's in my eyeshadow. Can't believe I actually grazed my eyeball with the brush. As if I've never done that before. I like the lip better. All right, y'all. This is it. Short, sweet, to the point. Even though I was kind of like throw it off in the beginning because like what's going where. I am kind of missing having more color on my cheeks, but it's so much going on up here. Like I'm cool with it. I do really like that palette. We're just gonna tap under here because it's wet with whatever shadow is left from Incandescent Light, which I am really liking. I am adorable. What? I know. Thank you. Oh, I did pick up some makeup like right there. That's okay. That's all right. That's okay. I'm still beautiful anyway. No, I'm tripping. This is an Incandescent Light. I'm just trying to cover that up. Tripping. Thank you, Janet. I'm just tripping like it was less than a little over an hour, but hour and 10 minutes. So this is it, y'all. This is the look for Feather Face Glam. I do encourage you, even if y'all only post pictures on Instagram, that's all they want you to do. Post a picture and do the tags they say to put. That's it. It doesn't have to be a live. It doesn't have to be a video. It doesn't have to be a reel. So yeah, and it's a lot of fun too. And you get to meet other creative people from other people who do the collabs. And so that's really nice as well, because then it turns into its own community, like what we have here. You know, y'all come here, new people come in, they're like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. That's how it is over there. And I will say again, Instagram is more supportive to me than here on YouTube. But yeah, so I do recommend that. And if you do videos, you know, do it as a live stream. Let that become a part of your content. And so it does help me to have content, and it helps me do new things, because I wouldn't have picked this color story, which is strange because I do really like it. Um, and so I learn new things doing those collabs. So yeah, we're going to go, y'all. Thank you for being here. Thank you to those who popped in that were subscribed and able to speak. If you did pop in and you weren't able to speak, I do apologize. But to my regular crew, you know, this was okay. Like I didn't miss it as much as I thought I would. And even when the numbers went up, I'm like, damn, I can't really say, hey, speak up so I can talk to you. But we'll see. The next one, we're not going to do the moderate thing, and we'll see what happens. And then I'll decide from there, like in the future, like what we're going to do. Because I just want people to enjoy and not have to be watching the chat like, okay, what's going on or whatever. Because it was annoying to me. So I'm thinking, like, how do they feel? You know what I'm saying? And so yeah, so that's why we're doing this the way we're doing. So we are going to go. Thank you so much, y'all, for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for the gifts. Thank you for the thumbs up. And I don't have any lives scheduled, so I need to plug in something for next week. But we're going to go. I have videos going up tomorrow and over the weekend. And that'll be it for the day. So as always, self-acceptance, self-love. That is the Crazy Troll Nation way. Thank you, and you will see me soon. Bye.